to see in his favorite devotees. Krishna says, Santushta. He likes the devotees who are Santushta. Santushta, basically in English we can translate as satisfied. And I just want to clarify here that sometimes we get confused between this word satisfaction and saturation. Krishna is not talking about saturation. He's talking about satisfaction. That's very important. Sometimes we mistake saturation to satisfaction. Let's say, for example, I give you 10 pieces of gulab jamun. And then when I offer you the 11th one, you say, I'm satisfied. No, you're not satisfied. You're saturated. That's a difference. If you were satisfied, you don't want to eat that gulab jamun anymore, any time in your life again. Because you are done. But you are saturated. That means, again, tomorrow you would like to have gulab jamun again. We are not satisfied, we are saturated. That means the desire to eat another gulab jamun is going to come very soon. When can we say something, when can we say that we are satisfied? When the satisfaction arises from knowledge. When the satisfaction arises from love for Krishna. When satisfaction arises from experience of Krishna, then that is satisfaction. Rest, what we are all seeing is saturation. After some time, something gets fulfilled and we are happy at that moment, but then another desire comes up. See, whenever satisfaction is born out of fulfillment of a desire, it's not satisfaction. Because what will happen, let's say I want a car, I got a desire, I bought a car, I cannot say I'm satisfied. Because the very next moment I'll get another desire, and then I'll get another desire, and the cycle of desire will go on and on. That means I'm not santushta. Santushta means nothing anymore. Santushta basically does not mean that I have everything that I want. Santushta basically means that I don't feel the need to have anything anymore. That is what is, that's very, very important to understand. But if our satisfaction is born out of fulfillment of desire, it's going to come again. Another desire will be born, and then another desire will be born. But Krishna is saying here very simple. Santushta, he likes the devotees who are satisfied, How do I know I'm satisfied or not? Just check yourself. Is there anything in your life you want to change? Is there any person in your life you want to change? Is there any event in your life you want to change? Are you having any complaint? Then you are not satisfied. When you are satisfied, you don't want anything. And when you are satisfied, you have a feeling of acceptance. You are ready to accept every situation, everything in your life as Krishna's prasad. Many times I tell this to devotees. Imagine you are standing in a line for taking Charnamrita. Now, when you are standing in the line, you are not having any expectation. I hope Charnamrita has a little more honey today. I hope Charnamrita has a little more of rose water. You don't care. You just stand in the line, and when the Charnamrita comes on your hand, you just take it and you're happy because you're accepting it as Krishna's prasad. Similarly, when we can accept every incident in our life, every event in our life, every situation in our life as Krishna's prasad, then you are a satisfied person. Because for everything that happens in your life, you think this is Krishna's arrangement. This is Krishna's prasad. So that is santushta. When you don't even have the need to have anything anymore. In South India, there are some devotees who are called alvars. And I remember this very beautiful pastime of one of the alvars. It's a simple devotee. And he's sitting in the courtyard of a temple. And he was in tattered clothes. So all his clothes are torn. And then he had a small quilt. And the quilt had holes. So he was sitting and stitching the quilt. And Lord Shiva and Parvati, they're just, passing by. And then Parvati is telling Shiva, such a great devotee, why not you give him something? And Shiva is like, look, he's a pure devotee of the Lord. What he needs from us, let's go from here. And she insists, no, I insist you give him something. And Shiva is like, every time you put me in trouble, okay, fine, let's go. So both of them, they go and they stand in front of the alvar. The alvar becomes very happy. He immediately pays obeisances, and I'm so happy I could see a Vaishnav like you, and he is very happy. And then Parvati is again insisting, ask. And then Shiva says, look, you had my darshan, and darshan can't go in vain, so please ask me for something. And this Alvar is like, but I don't need anything. Thank you so much, but I don't need anything. And then Shiva insists, no, you have to ask me something. No, I can't go like that. Something you ask, little bit you ask, something you ask. Now this Alvar was, when they were going on insisting, he said, what should I ask? Okay, so I'm just trying to stitch this blanket. And this needle has a very tiny hole. And the thread inside the needle is not going. I've been trying last 10 minutes. If you don't mind, can you just put this and give it to me, the thread inside the needle, so that I can stitch my torn blanket. And then Shiva is looking at Parvati. So, you got your answer? You can't tempt a pure devotee. He doesn't want anything, just wants to stitch his old tattered blanket. He didn't ask anything from Shiva. That is satisfaction. When you don't have even the need to ask anything anymore. You're happy with whatever situation is in your life, and you are grateful. And you are grateful.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna, Krishna, Krishna lage. Sab Krishna.